And you best believe these owners are going to be scouring the market for who can reel in the big fish, the biggest fish of them all, Caitlin Clark. Take a look here. This is crazy. It is going down, y'all. It's going down like Young Jock. I keep trying to tell you. Sparks agreed to part ways with general manager Reagan Pebley. The LA Sparks have agreed to part ways with general manager effective today.
Following the most disastrous corporate leak in sports history, the whole multi-billion-dollar WNBA infrastructure is currently spinning out of unmanaged control, officially rupturing the absolute fabric of professional athletic governance at the highest economic level. What was conceived behind closed doors as a highly classified, multi-million-dollar institutional operation has officially circumvented every league non-disclosure agreement, revealing a profound seismic shift that has permanently ended the Indiana Fever franchise's power balance. The Los Angeles Sparks' aggressive billionaire ownership group made a covert $50 million hostile contract offer, which we are presenting tonight. This is a huge financial raid that has completely destroyed head coach Stephanie White's toxic administration. The increasing internal conflict within the Indiana facilities has been suppressed for months by corporate leaders and broadcast networks, but the dam has now burst on live television. Her former coaching staff is in a condition of terminal career terror as a result of Caitlin Clark's official legal acceptance of the record-breaking West Coast terms, which immediately sparked an operational revolt. The legal compliance networks are disintegrating under intense public examination. The outdated mechanisms of managerial gaslighting have been totally destroyed, and the official countdown to the entire annihilation of the Fever's organizational credibility has hit zero. The world community must first face the grim truth of the ongoing professional betrayal Caitlin Clark endured inside the Indiana facility in order to comprehend why this unprecedented $50 million evacuation is the ultimate calculated salvation for her historic career. The administrative leadership consistently devised methodical strategic moves intended to purposefully stifle the generational star's athletic market leverage throughout the course of the prior competing cycles. In order to preserve the precarious corporate comfort of the existing bureaucratic hierarchy, head coach Stephanie White followed a risky, haughty routine that included fabricated bench rotations, purposeful late-game isolation techniques, and passive-aggressive press room pronouncements.
More than they have leaned into her and built a team to play around her. They've spent 2 off seasons building a team to play without Caitlin Clark. It's clear as day. It's very simple, and I think the writing is pretty much already on the wall. At the end of the season, Kelsey Mitchell contract is up. Caitlin Clark is up for the epic, whatever. The Indiana Fever are going to be forced to pick a direction. They're either going to choose Kelsey Mitchell and Stephanie White, or they are going to choose Caitlin Clark. And I include Stephanie White in that because Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark, philosophically, they just don't see basketball from the same lens. It's that simple. I don't believe that they hate each other off the floor. I just don't think that on the floor, it's a good mix. I think they just see the game through 2 different lenses. And we have been yearning and calling for Stephanie White to actually stand up for, represent, and be front and center for Caitlin Clark. And she's refused to do it at every turn outside of a 30-second clip post the Alyssa Thomas situation in which she backtracked on everything she said and made Alyssa Thomas the victim when her superstar point guard was the victim. It just makes no sense how Stephanie White has gone about this. And you see the things that LA Sparks doing. You got Cameron Brink, who's friends with Caitlin Clark. You got Kate Money Martin.
A poisonous culture of ingrained administrative jealousy that continuously put individual front office power ahead of worldwide competitive domination greeted Clark's unprecedented accomplishments with terrifying institutional silence from her own bench. The coaching staff honestly thought they could consistently undermine the sport's most valuable asset without suffering immediate financial repercussions. However, the Fever management effectively ensured their own spectacular demise by turning a world-class locker room into an oppressive theater of administrative warfare, putting their franchise cornerstone in the hands of an aggressive Los Angeles syndicate that was just waiting to strike. As soon as the Sparks ownership group's exclusive financial plans were sent via secondary digital media,
I want to get into the new ownership before I even get to what Coach had to say. Okay, now this new ownership group came in and they are looking to make major moves. Okay, hold on one second. Now this is Ramona Shelburne. Okay, a longtime sports writer for ESPN Los Angeles. Okay, now Ramona Shelburne said this. Okay, Sparks ownership, the Walter Group, has been much more involved with the franchise this season, just as they have with the Lakers. From what I understand, this is more of an organizational shift than anything specific. An organizational shift.
There was an instantaneous systemic shockwave that affected the whole professional basketball corporate structure. The government of Los Angeles did more than just offer a typical trade acquisition package. They carried out a cold-blooded, well-planned executive raid intended to take advantage of the developing administrative division within the Fever organization. The Sparks created an incredible $50 million generational compensation framework with the support of enormous global venture capital allocations. They did this by utilizing long-term equity structures and unique corporate endorsement linkages that totally circumvent conventional luxury tax restrictions. In order to provide Caitlin Clark with complete professional immunity from the administrative toxic waste she was drowning in back in Indiana, this historic West Coast move was specially designed.
Coaching and the team and Atlanta. So obviously, I found out this morning, Reagan's a friend of mine and I care about her. And this is the hard part in sports, right? But right now I'm just, focused on the team.
Sense of urgency kind of heightened, or has it already been kind of there already?
Like, what do you mean?
The sense of urgency of like.
I mean, we've had the sense of urgency all season. We've had just peaks and valleys with how we've played and who we've had active and injured and stuff. But I feel like we're playing.
Now, Lynn Roberts, she understands the pressure is on her as a coach because there's no guarantee that you're gonna like make it. There's no guarantee that this ownership group is gonna keep you around. The ownership group may be scouring around for a coach that already has a great relationship with Caitlin Clark. They're gonna be looking to make a partnership. And I think, listen, man, things are happening behind the scenes. I 100% believe things are happening, and there's a chance that this thing could take a
internal confirmation of Clark's acceptance of this historic ultimatum has set off an uncontrollable state of absolute hysteria in corporate boardrooms, prompting primary network sponsors to immediately freeze their local Midwest marketing budgets upon realizing that the greatest television star in history has successfully engineered her permanent escape from their corrupt system. Head coach Stephanie White is now the exclusive focus of the disastrous consequences of this financial mutiny that was revealed. Her professional reputation has been totally and permanently destroyed on the internet worldwide. As she confronts the reality of being totally outwitted by her own estranged celebrity, the cozy delusion of total executive authority has quickly turned into a scary professional nightmare. Primary shareholders are calling for urgent, systemic responsibility, and internal leaks from the secure Indiana facility disclose that emergency corporate board sessions are currently being held around the clock. Right now, White's career is completely paralyzed. Analysis: her commercial viability is utterly dead. The residual locker room infrastructure has completely rejected her tactical authority, and high-level investors are publicly calling for her quick mandatory termination before the entire franchise confronts a full-scale financial boycott spearheaded by fans. The corporate PR shield has completely vanished. Millions of enraged fans are making fun of the generic, well-crafted damage control remarks on the internet, and the last countdown to an absolute administrative cleaning is being carried out live on television. With Caitlin Clark formally entering the Los Angeles Sparks multi-million-dollar spotlight, the entire contemporary world of international sports entertainment has reached a point of no return. This isn't a typical athletic transfer anymore. This comprehensive cultural and economic transformation demonstrates that generational potential will no longer be held captive by administrative corruption and bureaucratic envy.
We don't have those. it's not going to be good, but we have the talent needed, even with KP out, even with Cam out, to be more competitive than that.
Yeah. During this stretch, talk to me about just the decision today to just like practice and just say, we're just going to watch film. You know, if you want to shoot a little bit, you can shoot a little bit, but not even really do too much on court and just say, like, this is what we got to do. Here it is. Let's go do it.
And that's the reality at this point in the season, too. Like, we don't need to go through our plays right now today and wear them down physically. It's mentally having the focus and the intensity needed to execute. It's that simple. Now, it's hard to do, but I'm not saying it's simple to do, but it's a simple fix. Like that's what it is. Being in the right coverages, whatever it is, offensively being where we need to be. Like, do your job, all of us.
With Kelsey Plum and Brink out, you need more than just the starter. You're always going to need more than starters, but in particular, you're definitely going to need more from the bench. This last game, you played everybody, right? And everybody had a decent amount of minutes. What do you want to see from when you mix in players like Kate Martin and, you know, maybe Peely this week and Kiana Williams and just Emma Cannon? She got some quality time. Park, like whoever it is, like what do you want to see from these bench players when they're kind of in the mix with the starters to kind of just keep it going?
Well, they got to bring life off the bench, play with some confidence. And again, it's player one through every DB player. Like, execute what we're supposed to be doing. Be focused, be in the moment. Don't be thinking about the shot you missed or the foul you didn't get or the turnover you had or the fact that your player just scored. Like, next play mentality. It takes a level of toughness mentally. That's what I need from everybody.
With this stretch, have you considered going to more of a hockey substitution? I noticed there are a couple teams in the league, they just be popping players out there, and I looked at, like, for example, I looked at the Valkyries the other day, and like even the minutes, they look like an AAU team. The minutes is just across.
Not only has Clark salvaged her own historic future, but she has also secured an extraordinary $50 million autonomous empire on the West Coast. Her erstwhile betrayers are left to perish in the complete ruins of their own strategic failure as she has created the ultimate blueprint for athlete empowerment on a global scale. The absolute corporate reckoning is being carried out with horrifying mathematical precision, and the hunters have officially turned into the hunted. Will Indiana's remaining executive leadership resign willingly before their billion-dollar brand equity is totally destroyed? Or will this historic uprising by fans be the final impetus for a long-term elimination of dishonest management in the sports industry as a whole? There is one thing that is certain. Every corporate action from now on is being closely observed by the world community. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and enable notifications immediately, because this multi-million-dollar conflict has reached a breaking point, and everything is about to change irrevocably with the next explosion.